Good afternoon, guys, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're waking up. Hope everyone's having a brilliant Tuesday and a great start to the week. Obviously Bitcoin and crypto are having a great start to the week, so it's nice to see. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a look obviously at what big boy Bitcoin is doing. Just wanted to highlight some higher time frame outlook, funding, open interest and stuff. We'll have a look at volume as well as usual, have a look at where we've come from, where we're going, and also we are going to have a look at some levels that are creeping in above us. We're going to have a look at a few altcoins, and then towards the end of the session as well, I just want to have a look at the metrics feature on the TRDR console as well. I don't know if it's something that people utilize too much, so towards the end of the session, when I start rambling on and you're all bored of me talking shit, we'll go and have a look at some metrics and how to set that up and just how I believe that you can utilize that. Especially in a market as volatile as it is at the minute on some of the altcoins and such. It's a really nice feature where you can go and look back and read the tale of the tape basically. So Bitcoin, yep, absolutely pushing up from yesterday. Small consolidation from last week, and as we can see here, I'm just highlighting obviously that we've just come in and are currently, unbelievably, just about 20% away from the all-time high. And it's interesting to note, I won't harp on about this too much, it's interesting to note I've only had a couple of texts from non-trader, non-crypto friends. No family members been in touch yet. Google search is still down for crypto and the like. So interesting, very, very interesting that we are so back, and still no major froth yet really. I'm hearing that some people are getting some retail chatter going, but yeah, I've just not seen it yet. But yeah, just wanted to highlight where we are. High time frame, absolutely rock solid. Trend consolidation, trend consolidation, trend consolidation, and here we are. Something to highlight just at the minute. Funding rate, I'm not going to harp on about this because we are in a big strong trending market where the narrative is changing quite a lot day by day, week by week, especially with those US flows coming in. These guys just need price to go up as always to get paid. If funding does get too hot, you know, 0.035ish at the minute on Bybit and up there on Binance as well, but obviously if funding does get too hot, it's not, you know, funding's not the sort of thing that would make me make a decision on entry or exit of a trade. It's just something to keep an eye on. Sentiment, isn't it? If it does get too hot, larger players in the Perps market are obviously going to start taking profit, aren't they? I think that's just a given. So yeah, just something to be too hot. Oh, bit of echo there. Just something to be aware of anyway. Just before I talk too much shit, someone give us a shout in the chat if volume is all okay. I can turn it up a tiny bit or just turn it up at your end if needs be. So what we'll do is we'll jump in, we'll go and have a look at the OBD, we'll have a look at some charts, jump into alts, and then we'll go and have a look at some metrics. Okay, so first of all, pushed up yesterday. It was interesting to see yesterday's Euro session. As I woke up, there was nothing really to see in here. I was hoping for a little bit of a deeper cut. Won't go over that too much because we didn't get it. Cheers mate. Yeah, I just never know. I can see the volume going at my side, but I just want to check, that's all. Pretty confident in it now. Do need to upgrade my mic, excuse if there's any interference. Been meaning to do it for a while and I haven't. Anyway, this is where we come from, and it was interesting to see towards the start of the US session yesterday, these USDT levels that started to come in and vie for some bid on Binance Spot. Perps was obviously solid. I don't know if anyone noticed this yesterday, but they were absolutely just, you know, and again, this is indicative of trend continuation when the Perps bands are like this. So really nice. And also the order book depth as we were coming into the US session, Like I mentioned in the video early, aggregated depth was just absolutely rock solid, and I presume it was mainly from perps players in here anyway, giving the trend or the break that little extra push, because there was some supply hitting from Coinbase Pro here up towards 54k. I think Binance would Bitstamp were doing a bit of selling in here, but their chart's a little bit messy. What were Qcoin doing? Yeah, Qcoin had a little bit of selling here, a bit of market makery almost. Isaac, welcome in. Just starting to go through the Bitcoin charts, really have a look at what we can possibly achieve today in the next 24 hours. Like I do always say though, and what I will highlight at the minute is the past couple of Mondays, or last week was a bank holiday in the US, so it was Tuesday last week, we got some high volume, high volatility. If we're going to continue like that, I will start doing these live sessions on a Monday, because we don't want to miss that really. And I'm always kind of the opinion that when you've had these big moves, you know, good percentage moves, I don't know if you're going to achieve much in the next 12-24 hours. It seems to be, it's just a price action thing, you know, you kind of push up, then you consolidate for a while, especially as you can see here from the Asian session into the Euro session, consolidate for a while, and now we're just waiting to see whether we push on or not. So yeah, looking at this, really nice push yesterday. Greedy, I would have liked a little bit lower, deep cut lower. I was waking up and everybody was already longing here from the Asian session that I thought was really, really weak. Anyway, we got a little dip, but it was absolutely nothing. And then as it came to that pre-US, like I mentioned, USDT levels moving up. Let's go and have a look at what happened to Bitfinex. Okay, so Bitfinex yesterday, just to highlight Bitfinex USD. I believe they actually pulled these orders. I wasn't watching it at the time, but I believe they actually pulled these orders. Okay, it was here we hit a Bitfinex supply alert that I've got down here. If anybody wants that, I can share it. Bitfinex supply demand, and it basically means that all Bitfinex spot charts and their perp charts were doing some selling here. Now what happened, if you look at the USDT levels, I don't think this entity here, this guy or elite trader actually, I don't think this filled, you know. I think this was pulled, and we just got obviously that continuation up. Yeah, exactly, trend continuation, to be honest. I mean, I was looking for lower yesterday, but I mentioned I'm still not bearish. You're trending, consolidate, trend, consolidate, trend, consolidate. We've had no major lower highs yet. There's no, you know, just relax, you know, don't fight this thing. It's uber strong at the minute. So yeah, I think Bitfinex USDT, I don't think they filled either here, you know. I think they're playing some games. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if someone is taking profit in these regions, on a little bit of spot, on a little bit of perps. Everyone's had a really, really good year. Nothing wrong with taking a little bit of profit, and you know, leaving some on the table for the rest of the year, 2 years, as we go past the halving. But yeah, so Qcoin, they've again really nice charts. If we did come lower, and this was all I was kind of like looking for yesterday, was come and test this 50k level. The sweep below 50k would have been really, really nice, but it wasn't to be. US session hit and it was just monster bid up. But yeah, keep an eye on the Qcoin chart, that's really nice, and you can even see their moving levels up now. So yeah, Binance Spot, we've got some, let me just refresh that mega quick. Yeah, a little bit of selling from Binance Spot here. You can just see the overlays. I don't know why they weren't loading. So basically, you've got now your next top level. If you were in any mood to hedge a position, yeah, it could be slight distribution, and the only reason you can say that is you can see the order book depth here. Basically, we've gone from 700 million aggregated depth, record at the minute is 1 billion depth, and you can see this is just an aggregated 1 to 10% ratio here. I won't bore everyone who knows what this is, and you can see there's no demand in the order books at the minute. Okay, so that's not to say that the market can't come in now within this US session and just start marking this bid up, okay, but it's just to say that in here, and you can see we've got all exchanges here, we've just got no depth. I mean, the only people bidding this up are TUSD. I don't think there's many, much volume coming from those guys, to be honest. One thing to note as well, and again, not particularly bearish, but just aware of levels lower if we get them. You've got this wick space, which is running all the way up to 57.8. Call it 57.8. Cat's cock hair off 57.8. Okay. It's interesting to see that you've got this wick space on Binance here, and then they've clipped it with a top level there. When spot didn't wick that high. Okay, so spot wick high, and obviously we're just filling this area now, up to 57.3, call it 57.5. But it's interesting to see, and always a little bit of a sign, and as I said, not to say that market can't just bid this up and get continuation straight away, but it's interesting to see if you were going to hedge your position. This is kind of your invalidation wick space at the minute, as if we just look at the ratios here down in Binance Perps, one of the biggest exchanges. Just to highlight again, we don't get all the data as you can see here from Bybit. So Binance Perps have come off the gas a bit, and their nearest bid is now 5 to 10% away. Okay, something to bear in mind. Let's have a look. So have I covered all the exchanges there? Yeah, I believe so. There's no real edge from many other exchanges. It's just to say, yes, you are hitting a little bit of supply. Don't throw everything in on shorts. Just be aware of lower levels. It's the way this trend has always been. Where do you want to take a little bit of profit? Take a bit off the table. Are you okay with leaving some on the table where you are? And if we do pull back, what kind of levels are you looking for to get re-exposure? That's the kind of way I would be playing this. Not financial advice, obviously. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at volume. What else have I got open here? I'm just on the multi-chart here. A couple of coins I'm watching. Engine with some supply above. Sol had a nice move up with the rest of the market, but you can see the white gridded down here is basically telling me demand, supply, and there's quite a bit of supply across the markets at the minute. But I'm actually, as you know, I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm not surprised to see that after the moves we're having and we're getting. So yeah, if you get another shallow dip, observation on bid, are we just going to carry on, and where do we go? But yeah, interesting to see. Okay. Yeah, but had this main chart open just to show that basically open interest, you can see open interest is high. Again, to be expected in an uber trending market, but open interest high. Bid is coming off in that 1 to 10% zone again, so we came from that $1 billion bid right back here at 38. We've pushed all the way up, and the bid is just coming away. As you can see, there's no real green on the board here. At the same time, funding rate is creeping up. Okay, so yeah, as mentioned, funding rate is not the be all and end all, but if it does get too hot, you are going to get derivatives traders taking a bit of profit. Let's have a look at volume. 15-minute chart volume. Yep, so we can see the wick space here, and yep, you can just see profit taking. I'm going to call this profit taking for now, and not big short positions, because the ratios on perps aren't suggesting that there's some big short positions coming in here. I would just call this a bit of profit taking. You can see that from spot as the ratios have dropped. You can see perps ratios have dropped. Your open interest is still high. What would you want here? It was the same as what I would look for in the lows. I mean, this could just turn here. If it does, so be it. I'm not in the frame of mind to be chasing shorts. I would rather just look for the drop and to bid it back up. But what would you look for here if you really wanted some kind of nice confirmation? I mean, you've got this wick space here is kind of your invalidation. If you just go and have a look at the spot levels again here, covering that 58k. But maybe you just start to get a 15-minute bearish divergence as price maybe just ticks up. Wait for that funding to get another tick up with the high open interest on the volume king chart here. And if your general volume on perps and spot is still coming down as you put in that next high and you've got supply, then I think if you were in the frame of mind to hedge a short position, that'd be the one. That'd be your textbook but nothing wrong with taking profit and maybe hedging a bit of a position here as it stands. Liquidity, let's have a look at liquidity. Got a kick down because this basically kicked down and cleared the order books because everyone and their mother was short here. I don't think there was any reason to be short here at all. You were basically in range lows, but being greedy, I just wanted a little bit lower. So yeah, let's just show this quickly because everybody loves the range, and then we'll come off it. Okay, so basically wasn't much depth here. You got a lot of market bid, volume was coming up with open interest, so new contracts opening, but there was no, even though I wanted lower here, there was no reason to short this. You are in range lows. You as you enter range lows, you know, that's when you want to look to bid. An absolute monster move there. Okay, so really nice. Shorts got absolutely squeezed. I think you'll be able to see retail traders were chasing that down slightly there in the red line there as well. Okay, yeah, totally caught off guard, and I have to be honest, I mean that entire move yesterday did catch me. I know the ETFs did some really big volume again yesterday, didn't they? Record volume, and it was record volume at the beginning of the week again, like mentioned. Mondays and Tuesdays have been really big for those ETF plays. Right, let's get rid of this. Let's go and have a look at the OBC, which is our order book changes, and let's see what we've got left above and below, and see if we can make any sense of where we could possibly go. Just want to make sure I'm on spot, which we are there. Okay, yep, so volume ramped right up here. Certainly don't chase green candles. You know, if you're waiting from the range lows, don't chase here. This can sometimes indicate your local top when volume comes up like this, and you know, I'm just on a 1 hour chart now, but you saw from the 15-minute chart the volume was coming off slightly. It looks like there's a little bit of profit taking going on. Okay, high open interest again. I would just wait for the funding is creeping up. I would just wait for an uber kick of that funding, just to see if people get mega frothy here at the highs. All right, so looking at the OBC, we're just going to stick to Binance Spot for the moment, biggest exchange. Still in flows we've got. And just one thing I did want to mention is we're talking about obviously the volume and stuff getting done on the ETFs, which is great. You know, tipping over $1 billion and a half. Really nice. I just want to highlight the fact that on a good day, some of your central exchanges can do that in market bid over a 24-hour period, you know. So the ETF flows are great. We're all bulls because we're on this stream. I'm doing the stream. We're all into crypto, so I hope we're all bullish in general anyway, and all into crypto. So you know, I don't want to play a downer on the ETF thing, but the whole ETF flow really good, especially if it comes from spot, obviously. But yeah, I just want to highlight the fact that I wouldn't get too excited about that $1 billion flow, although it is, and I don't want this to sound shit. It is really good, but Binance can do that in market orders in a 24-hour period. All you need to do is go on Exo charts or something like that, or anywhere that shows you a market bid, and you'll see that. You'll see that in a 24-hour period. You know, they'll do that. I fully expect that Bybit does that as well. Anyway, moving on. What have we got on the OBC? Okay, let's go down to top 12-hour. 58k defense at the minute. It's still there, and that is your biggest Binance limit level at the minute. Okay, so if you were looking to hedge a short, look at that wick space again that we just saw. So I'm on spot at the minute because that's your largest limit level, but just remembering that perps wick high, okay, that you've got an area room to fill. Do we come up there, noting you've got a liquidity gap here as well between 57.5 and 57.7. Okay, so you've got a little bit of wick space there, and then you've got a defense of 58k at the minute. All right, don't go all bearish and just absolutely load up on your shorts, I would say, because we're still in a very strong trending market. But just areas to be aware of if you did want to take a bit of profit, hedge your position. And then what have we got lower? Okay, let's zoom out. So what we've got on the 12-hour. Okay, so 12-hour coming down, your main order blocks are coming down to 55.8. Okay, not too far away at all. And then if you do go below there, you've got some wick space just below 55.7. Okay, so go watch the OBC video if you're not familiar with it. We see these areas, you see here where there's just no numbers down here. Okay, it's an area of inactivity in the order books. Okay, so it can be a bit illiquid and create wick space. Not to say that a market bid can't come in and just fill that, you know, it comes down and then you just get a market bid up from a different exchange or platform, whatever. Okay, so that can happen. Let's go to some, I mean, I said this in the video earlier, but the 1 day is going to be full. The 1 day and higher is going to be absolutely full of order blocks to the downside, and you can just see that there's going to be no real edge yet here. We will go see if we can see one of the largest. Yeah, it's going to be like 55, and then you've got a bit of liquidity gap there. Don't know if you get there straight away. I mean, it's not that far away. Could be nice to wipe a bit of open interest, yeah. And I mean, you've got liquidity gaps down here, obviously below 53, but I'm not going to look at those yet until we start to get a rotation. You know, it's kind of like I always say, if this then that. If this starts to happen, then I'm going to start to look here and see what the probabilities are. Let's go to a 4 day. Can we make any sense here? So that's interesting to see here, okay, on a 4 day. So larger time frame, 56.3. Again, it's not that far away for a little bit of wick space and slippage. No activity in your biggest exchange order books below 56.3. Could be a bit of a wick space and a bounce there, and again a larger gap in liquidity at 55.5. So those kind of areas could present some really nice opportunities, especially if in confluence with top levels coming in at those areas, so your resting limit orders and some nice bid. Okay, so keep an eye on these. You can mark these off on your chart, just drop a line and put OBC gap or something like that. You can mark your biggest order blocks, and yeah, I mean, geez, look, okay, so your order blocks yeah, it's full. I'm not even going to entertain that too much at the minute. But yeah, larger time frame. You've still got quite a big block there at 57.2 with that gap liquidity. So if we do have a little push up here into over 57.2, that could be quite nice. But yeah, 58 is your defense at the minute. Let's just go quickly then back to the yeah, and you can see that here, you know, this is just, it's the same thing. These are your resting orders. This is your top level resting limit order here, okay, and you can do this the same. You can flick across exchanges and do the same and see what the, you know, the biggest orders of our exchanges have got. But I do still favour Binance Spot and Binance Perps while we don't have the full data for Bybit. Okay, so yeah, supply above here, some profit taking coming off in volume, unless you get a big market bid. I can't see this pushing right now. It could do, and it could come from just someone stepping on the gas and going, I don't care if it's at yearly highs, I want to bid this up. You know, that can obviously happen. Okay, so yeah, we'll see. What else do we need to go over? We've done volume, we've done OBC. Yeah, we've done that daily chart. I just wanted to show you guys this higher time frame. Let's have some context on where we are. While I'm on this chart, let me just go to liquidity and see how it is. Yeah, it's almost it's not reset, but a lot of contracts came out the book yesterday with that push up. They really did. The only thing to say is here on a daily chart, yeah, I mean, open interest is coming right up again. Let me just hide the overlays because I'm on a daily chart here. So yeah, just to highlight again, the open interest is getting pretty hot. So if not now, maybe soon, but this can take a few days. A lot of contracts getting exchanged in the books. This could maybe need a flush soon. If you look at other periods, when we've hit these highs, typically you get a little bit of a break in price action. It can sometimes just signify a little local high for a time being. Okay, something to be aware of. But yeah, no real fear from the actual depth of the books at the minute, because they just got wiped out. And again, I'm sure it's probably not going to take much of a move from up here to wipe out some more contracts and then just get continuation. yeah, I mean, it was almost, did we move? We moved kind of like 10% yesterday, didn't we? Do we come straight back down to those lows? No, probably not, but it probably only takes a few percent to liquidate some late longs up there, some degenerate late longs. So that's, yeah, okay, we'll see. But yeah, let's go and have a look at Vitalik's coin and see what's going on there. It was a little bit of a lacking mover yesterday, wasn't it? It didn't actually do too much. Was interesting to see. Unfortunately, it is still following Bitcoin to a certain extent at the minute, and you can see the order book on here for ETH is not really doing a lot. Let's see where the ETH BTC bid is. Nothing there. Yeah, nothing to see on ETH really. What a shame. Absolute shambles, isn't it? Yesterday on ETH spot, it actually gave a better overlay print than Bitcoin did on spot. ETH came down actually it was well before the US session. It was just 2 hours into the London session and got quite a nice bid depth there. Did ETH, so that was really nice to see. ETH Perps, they've come off the gas again a little bit as well, and now this is interesting to see that your top levels, so your resting limit orders in Perps, are starting to move up a little bit, so just be aware of these levels. So we'll call it 3050 there. BTC actually had some on Perps as well. Let me just flick to that. And they will be 5 to 10% away. Has it gone now? Moved right. Oh, 51. Yeah, it's quite far away, isn't it? Couple of little levels here, but yeah, a little bit market makery. Probably someone just trying the luck. Could even just be a liquidation level or a market buyout if that's on Perps as well. So we'll see. Before I jump into some alts, if you've got any you need me to look at, anything that's been a nice, obviously a lot of them have been nice movers this week, but anything I need to check out that I've missed from last week, give us a shout. Anything that's looking good now to possibly short a hedge position, hedge a short should I say, or anything looking good to move up, whatever Bitcoin does. Maybe it's got some alt BTC bid, that would be interesting to see if anybody's got anything. I'm not sure I've had too many alerts going off just now. Yeah, a few. DOGE, let's have a look at DOGE then, because DOGE daily chart is really nice, and I mean I've been saying that for a while, but it's like uni. It was weeks and weeks ago I was saying uni looks really good. And sometimes they are just slow moving boats, aren't they? They just take a while to distribute, play the yeah. So obviously we're talking about, yeah, I mean I think I mean I wouldn't short it, although it might be okay, but the trouble with a coin like this is just go and look at that daily chart that I've shown a few times before, and I would rather say if you're in spot on DOGE, you're looking good. If you're in Perps from some of these lows, I would take a bit of profit here and then pull your stop loss up a little bit and let it ride. The thing with assets like this is with DOGE, let's just do it mega quick. It is, the daily chart is absolutely brilliant, and what you're going to see is there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't see spot supply here. Okay, so just really quickly, I don't want to bore anyone with this. Let me just reset that. Where am I? Yeah, here we go. Okay, let me just pull this quickly. Right, still got my white lines drawn. Okay, so you're right at this massive value area high of this. I mean, I'm on a daily chart, so let's not go too deep into this, but you're right at the value area high here at this 0.093 level, as it's trying to break out. No, I'm not a breakout trader in the absolute slightest. I can't think of anything worse, but I certainly wouldn't want to short this here. The most you're probably going to get is on this asset is it maybe rotates down a little bit, but I think eventually this coin is just going to kick off with the rest of them. You know, if you went back and looked at AVAX, Sol, Rune, Engine, as they'd accumulated, you know, Link, you know, when they've been accumulating for coming on just over 2 years, and then, you know, you've got resistance. This looks similar to what Uni did. So Uni smashed its resistance, came down, confirmed an area, whether it be the POC or the value area high, resistance, then flipped to support, and then they come back up. So yeah, I certainly wouldn't chase Doge here, because it is hitting that supply. It could quite easily come back down. You imagine Bitcoin wants to have a little thrash down. Yeah, so imagine Bitcoin does a little 4% move down, kills all those late longs and degenerate late longs, right? Well, obviously stuff like Doge is going to come down as well, isn't it? So it might be a good shot. It's just not the sort of one I like to take. You know, you should be in spot from the lows, or at least from the POC. So your spot bags are looking really good. If you're in from derivatives from those lower band areas, let's just go back to that and have a look quickly again. Let's just share this. So if you're in derivatives from down here, from those lows, basically, yeah, take a bit of profit and enjoy the rest, because more than likely the most you're going to get is this white line here is your value area high of your 2-year range. Okay, the most you're going to get is it's probably going to come down. I mean, it's 3%. You know, if you're scalping big volume, good on you. You're going to get a lot of money out of that. It's just not the way I would trade. I think it, you know, the most you're gonna get is it's just gonna curve for a day or so. If Bitcoin comes down, it's probably gonna curve for a day or so, and then it's just gonna skyrocket and go. And when it is skyrocketing, so you know, we've all just looked at the TA together here. We know what Doge is doing. We know Doge is fighting supply because it's at this 2-year range highs again for the 446 time. We know that this is the level it needs to hold. Okay, what will happen is it'll come down, probably confirm this level near the 935. Okay, something like that, probably a classic TA level as well. Let's have a look. Let's just pull a shitty fib. I might have that on reversed actually. So there you go. You know, just do your classic TA as well on a 15-minute chart, and if it's going to come down, classic TA, pull back into your golden pocket and go. You know, that's kind of what I'd be looking at as it moves. That's the play to go for if you're going to look at getting in this on any kind of derivatives trade or anything like that. All right, but yeah, and by the time it moves, what'll happen? I'll timestamp this. It probably won't, but we'll do it anyway. It'll probably come down, take off, and as it's taking off is when some fat chad like Elon will say, oh yeah, I'm incorporating it into X/Twitter and Doge to the moon, and starts posting, and it'll absolutely rip, and hopefully you guys are already in it, and it just rocket launches. But we've already looked at the TA, the supply, the demand, the levels. We know our levels we're going to trade before Elon tweets. You know what I mean? It's just the way it happens. Markets move, and then they get an accelerant from a news event, or more the case nowadays, they get an accelerant from Twitter. Yeah, let's go and have a look at Soy Lana, because I'm interested as well. I have seen a little bit of, just hitting a bit of supply here, as we can see on the aggregated books. I think Sol, we've mentioned this nearly every week actually, so I won't go over it too much, but I think Sol is just going to consolidate like Link did, you know. AVAX and Sol seem to have a similar timing, and probably engine as well. It looks like it's just tapping. I bet that white line is a value area high actually. You all love my value areas, don't you? Let me just go to a 4-hour. Yep, already got it drawn. I might need to just extend that out and redraw. Okay, yeah, so the white line there is your value area high. It wouldn't surprise me if Sol continues its range for a little bit, and AVAX looks like this as well, to be honest. So another rotation down on Sol wouldn't surprise me, and then just continue this kind of range for a little bit. Do you come down and really wick into some value area lows again and then go? I'm not sure. I'm not of the opinion to make mega predictions like that. I just like to watch the price action as it comes in, but it certainly looks very good. And it is certainly, I think we pulled it from here, didn't we? I didn't like this thing here, but it's just fucking trending, isn't it? It could almost come down a bit here and then just get ultra continuation. Very strong asset, very well loved asset to for some bigger players in the market, some of the bigger CT influencers and the like. And AVAX and some of the others are very, very similar, you know, kind of a similar shape. Won't surprise me if AVAX just kind of like just continues, you know, kind of just consolidates for a bit, bores everybody, you know, and then you know, it's just value area high there. It's just fighting this POC. It wouldn't surprise me if these some of these coins just let Bitcoin do its thing. Maybe Bitcoin pops an all-time high in the coming weeks or days, who knows, and some of these coins just kind of do this thing before they take their next leg up, before everyone takes a break over the summer again, and then we hit the mega months leading up to Crimbo. That'd be my kind of opinion, is some of these coins, Sol, AVAX and the likes, just maybe just consolidate and chill out for a little bit, to be honest. But we'll see. Right, what else do we need to look at before I bore you to death with some of my higher time frame charts? But yeah, AVAX has just got a bit of overhanging supply as well as it's fighting the POC. It wouldn't surprise me, as I say, just to get some rotations down again. It's just going to give you a bit more value as well, you know, especially just playing spot. That's all you need to look for if you're playing spot. If you're in derivatives here, just make sure you protect and take your profits where relevant. Quick in and out the markets, especially when funding and open interest is high. Get in, get out the market, get a good night's sleep. If you're in spot, your spot portfolio should be looking pretty healthy already. If there's a coin that hasn't moved yet, then be patient. You know, just be patient. One I was looking at was actually Algo on the daily. It is obviously very, very trending up, but then if you just go to some of these assets, I'll just highlight it again. Oh, am I on the right one then? I'm not on. There we go. Okay, that's 2 seconds. If you really, I mean, yes, you have to really zoom out. It's not got the full feed here. Oh god, that's a bit inverse head and shoulder, isn't it, on Algo? Nice. Okay, glad I saw that. But yeah, some of these daily charts on coins still looking really good, still very low. Are going to do very well. All right, quick in and out on derivatives. If you are still wanting to get in something on spot, just have a look at areas of interest where you would possibly get in a position. All right, trending market, you know, just give us those kind of like quick flushes down or whatever, and see where we can get in. But yeah, Bitcoin, now that we've had this big kind of like 10% move up, you know, probably not going to take much just to flush this area a little bit, and we've already got USDT levels moving up, 52 and 51 currently. But yeah, wouldn't surprise me if we don't get just a bit of a choppy day up here. Who else is selling up here at the minute? Not too much selling. Yeah, we'll see. Right, chuckers, any other altcoins we need to look at? Atom's another one that's looking really good, and Atom's got a really nice order book as well. Look at this, spot really filled. Be interesting if you come down a little bit. What you want to kind of look for is if spot are filled in this kind of zone. We'll have a quick look at Atom actually just while it's at that. So it's $10.24. What you kind of want to see is, now you want to see is come up, demand, supply comes down. It'd be interesting to see if it comes down now and you get some really big perps bid walls in here to defend that zone. That'd be interesting to see. Let's just quickly go to a higher time frame Atom and see where we are. I'm gonna have to refresh that, aren't I? I have got a million tabs open today. Atom is Not a lot to see. Yeah, I mean, a little bit inverse head and shoulder again, isn't it? Interest. Okay. Yeah, I must have had something pulled there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, Atom, you know, so again, if you think, and I'm not sure about the Atom ecosystem, I know that some of the new shinier coins are obviously going to start taking over now. You know, they just are, the new race car coins. But if you believe that Atom has still got value, it's still a valued project and the like, Atom is still in its range, and it's not even... you know, I would even go so far to suggest it's not even tried to break out yet. Again, I'm not a fan of trend lines, but there you go. I bet, and please go and do this. Whether you're into the coins or not, it's like DOGE. I'm not particularly into DOGE, but I know the chart looks fucking great. Basically, go to your daily charts, flick them open like this. You don't even have to pull a fixed range. Just literally... you know, get a clean chart, draw a trend line, right, where is it, and just draw some horizontal levels, right, just eyeball some horizontal levels, all right, and just go, right, okay, yeah, 2 year range, where can we go from here? If you don't do that, what is a nice way to do it as well? And then yes, we'll move on to some other altcoins, because I'm talking absolute shit forever. If you can even just pull a parallel channel like this, if you're not into pulling a fixed range where you get the POC, just eyeball it like that. So you're just eyeballing kind of like a low there, eyeball a high where you get the most taps, and there you go, there's your range, you know, very simple, very easy. This is your resistance. So yeah, Atom coming up to this kind of like trend line resistance at the minute. As we see, it's hit some supply, that's to be expected. But I would not be interested in shorting this in any way, shape or form, because at some point it's going to absolutely nuclear blast its supply and it's just going to kick off. I prefer to short stuff when it's up here like this or up here like this. Miles better. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to show you that. Plenty out there. Please grab your daily charts. Do just have an admin day, all right, now and again, normally on a Monday. So yesterday and the past couple of weeks as Bitcoin has been moving has caught me off guard, because Mondays used to be really slow, and I used to have an admin day, and I'd be like, right, I'm just going to do full top down all the charts, what's happening. So yeah, go and have a look at the charts, see where you want to get in, and then that's when basically we dive into the pure raw data of TRDR. And we check those levels. Does bid come in, and we get in. All right, let's go and have a look at DOT. What is Trias, Zach? Do you mean Tia, or am I missing a new shiny coin? Is it even Trias? Might be a typo on your part if it's. Or I'll have to go and look at it on TradingView if we haven't got it here. DOT, yeah, DOT's got a nice chart as well, hasn't it? And I think it's got some nice order flow as well. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, spot bid is leading the way here. I mean, these guys actually filled over here in the 7.5 7.6 region. We did wick low and we have come lower, but like I always say on spot, these guys are well within their rights to fill down here, and because it's a spot position, you know, they're probably going to hold and not mind being underwater for a couple of percent, you know. So yeah, DOT, no particular edge here. You can see a little bit of supply above there up to the 8.6 region. We're gonna have to go and do a little bit of classic TA on it again, aren't we? Perps, I would ignore Perps at the minute on DOT because it is a little bit messy. Looks like it's wanting to push up a little bit. DOT BTC is getting some bid from Bitfinex, but no real edge on the spot chart. Let's just quickly then, and we'll move on to some other stuff, have a look at the daily chart on DOT. Oh, I've already got it up here. Nice one. Let me just get rid of that. I don't like the colour of that, and I'm a bit OCD about stuff like that. Yeah, so it kind of looks like it already wants to move and start trending, doesn't it? Does DOT, and I'm sure you guys probably know more than me. I'm sure it's still a very valid ecosystem and will do well in the coming years. Again, there's going to be a lot of charts like this now, that because Bitcoin's obviously pushing its highs and trending really, really strong, I'm sure a lot of these altcoins are going to do the same. So again, just to repeat, when you see that supply above, it's all well and good to hedge a little bit of a short position, but just don't go mad, because you know, just appreciate, zoom out to a daily and appreciate that some of these assets you know, are coming up to these levels that have been their highs for 2 years. Okay, so no doubt, a little bit of chop and then they just get continuation. Looks a little bit like DOGE, this chart, doesn't it? I've got an old trend line there. Not really a fan of that, to be honest. No big back test, just kind of like came back tested that POC. But yeah, DOT breaking out that value area high, not too far away for that though. Could be 7.7 level-ish, around there. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what we get. So TRDR, what is it? What's the coin? TRDR, never heard of it. I'm so behind on some of these new coins. I've got TradingView open. TRDR. Alright, Qcoin special. It's an absolute Qcoin special. Oh geez, look at this thing. Let's have a look then. What is it? Tell me what it is. Let me reset that. Yeah, I mean, it's already moving, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's already moving. Do you know what this looks like, actually? This looks like your Sol AVAX and engine chart. I'm sure it's going to do very, very well. Even though I don't know what it is, it just looks quite nice. But you see these zones here, so it's wicked this area twice now. I haven't got any order flow on this to have a look at, so we'll zoom back to TRDR in a second. But it looks similar to Sol AVAX and the like. It wouldn't surprise me if you hold and range here for a little bit, to be honest. I'm just obviously on a daily chart. You've got some order blocks there at 9.4. You've got supply above 17.3-ish, so just be aware of those levels. Yeah, I mean, I would want lower, to be honest. Let's just have a quick look while we're in here. I think it's probably going to form a range, unless you know more than me and it's absolute mega bullish. Let's just draw this. Yeah, so I mean, it's just at its value area high at the minute, isn't it? POC there. Yeah, I mean, nice pullback to its EMAs here, but not sure to be honest. Yeah, unless you know more than me and someone's just going to market bid this to, you know, all-time highs, it's probably going to range for a little bit, like your Sol, your AVAX and the like. What I did want to show you just before we dive back into TRDR, total market 3, absolute going to be on a mega send. Can't get too bearish when the market is trending up like this on the total market cap as well, okay, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So I'm sure dominance on Bitcoin will be hanging around for a little bit, but just keep an eye on this, and that's why I'm still favouring those daily alt charts that are very, very low. Total 3 looking very good. All right, let's dive back into TRDR. What I want to have a look at, yeah, exactly, AVAX Sol. And what happens is, and especially if you're in the TRDR console, if you're not, grab yourself a free trial with a link below. That is advice. What you find is, especially when you look at the Perps charts, we've said this before, you know, people get over bullish. It sounds obvious, but at the highs as well, you know. And what these assets tend to do, they don't need to do it, but what they tend to do is, after a prolonged period of up only, they're just gonna what I like to call auction again, you know. So they're gonna come down. They've had some selling at the highs. They're gonna come down, and you need to auction a range again, okay? And you know, it's like we saw on Bitcoin through December when it was auctioning a range for 6 weeks. You hit those lows. Is this value? Yes, it's value. We're happy to bid this up. Great, let's go back up then. Hit the value area highs. Is this value selling zone? Yeah, we don't agree that this is, you know, you're still in a value area. We're going to sell this down. Okay, we'll sell it back down. And it's just rotations, you know, and that's probably what you're going to get on Sol AVAX and the like. It's just another auction. Bring it down. Who wants to bid it? Does anybody want to bid it? If not, no, we go a little bit lower. Yes, it's bid. Okay, let's rock it back up. Okay, we're at the highs again. Are we happy up here? Does anybody want to sell? Yes, there's sellers. Okay, let's take it back down. No, there's no sellers up here. Okay, let's continue up and let's find some sellers. Really, really kind of, I know it sounds kind of obvious, but that's the way it is, you know, when you hit these range points, you know. Can we look at meme? I think meme had a good chart, you know. Yeah, we'll look at meme together. Pingers, any other coins you want to have a quick look at? I'm going to try and keep the stream. What time is it now? I've been chatting shit for about 40 minutes. I've been chatting shit for a while. I'm going to try and keep it. Oh yeah, it's a really nice chart, isn't it? I'm going to try and keep the streams to an hour, so say another 10-15 minutes, and I do just want to go over the replay metrics quickly as well with you guys, just to show it. Yeah, meme is looking good. Let me just quickly flick to a daily chart. What's it doing? Fucking hellfire, look at that. I don't remember seeing that at the time when it was that on its launch? Fucking hell. I think it's a really nice chart, you know, and I do, because years ago, and I mentioned this on the last stream, years ago when something ICO'd, and I'm not sure if this ICO was here or if this was just when it hit Binance Spot, okay, but basically years ago what used to happen is coins used to kind of like hit the markets and then just dump. And now what we're finding is they hit the market and they kind of like level off. If you look back at Arkham, it did a similar thing a while ago. They kind of like level off, and they have what I would call is a proper auction. You know, they have like this proper auction, and then that decides on the levels they go to. You know, and that's kind of what you get in here. And I kind of do like that rounded bottom actually. So let's classic TA it quickly together. All right. And then we're going to look at the order book, which basically the order book dictates all, doesn't it? You know, whatever classic tier you've got in the world, that price is not going to move without a market bid initially or a limit bid. Okay, so you can pull all the waves, all the gang fans, all your spiders webs, all your bat wings, any kind of shizzle you want in the world, all the patterns in the world, but you know, price does not move without a bid or an ask. So I like to start here and, you know, eyeball some levels. So first of all, I like the way this is kind of like rounding off. I think this is super nice. That is a crap drawing, Nick, but you get what I mean. Really nice kind of like rounded bottom forming here. Again, you're just coming up to these high zones here. Interesting to see that, but I think you're probably going to get continuation. Okay, so just pulling up to that 0.5 fib. We've got a POC which is quite a bit lower down there at 2.7. If I just so I'm on a 4 hour eye, so let's ignore that for the second because I don't think it's too effective in such a fresh new coin as this. 1 hour chart, you've got slight bear divs on high open interest, so you might get another rotation down. If you do get another rotation down, where are we looking? And let's do this with the overlay on as well, because it was really nice, wasn't it? So if you do get a rotation down, where do you look for? You want to be looking down here at that kind of like 2.9 level, don't you? Yeah, no edge up here. This is your value area high, this white line here. No edge right here in particular. You are at the highs, don't chase it. If you are going to drop, yeah, I mean, dubious where you can pull this from on such a bouncy little asset, but yeah, I mean, your 0.5 fib there, is that on reverse? Your 0.5 fib there, for instance, at the 3 level, just where you've got some top levels there, okay? People were selling into it here, it's popped and broke that supply. little pullback, maybe to that 0.3 level, and away you go probably, because I do like the way that looks on that daily and 4-hour chart, that just kind of like rounding off pattern. Right, meme coin's done. Stark doing the same. Now, have we got Stark on here then as well, have we? I think we might have, you know. Ah, balls. No, we don't. Right, we'll add that to coins then on the wish list and see if we can get that. Right, ping us an overall coin if you want. What I did just want to have a look at, what's the cleanest chart? I'll just go back here and do it on this one. I don't know if you guys are using it, but I just did want to go and have a look at metrics replays quickly if you're not using it already. All right, and what we've got is, so we've got add metric, which can obviously add your RSI, your basically, if you just go into here, you can add RSI, MACD and the such to deltas on open interest, on funding and the likes. That's really, really nice. But I don't know if anybody's using this, but we've also got the replays feature, which is really, really nice. And I use this sometimes when we've been in a range to just review what's been happening. It's obviously very good to say to yourself, oh yeah, well I can just scroll back left and see what's happened. But sometimes it's very nice just to go and see the price action instead of just looking at, you know, what is a historical dead chart. You know, you're looking at the tail of the comet here when the comet's already passed. It's sometimes really, really nice just to go back onto these charts. Let me just refresh that again. Alright, and then just see what's happening. So basically on these metrics, replays, should I call it, open replays, what you can do is create new replay. Alright, you can set start and just drop a line. So let's go from those lows there. That was the 40 odd K low, I think. Alright, you can set an end. If you don't set an end, it will just scroll to the end. And then you've got a speed thing here, okay? So it'll either go really, really slow, and you can see there it's just an 18 minute. Let's go quick on this one to a minute and a half, alright? Then if you go to, balls, I didn't set it, did I? Set start. Okay, go to start. Let's go to, what's it doing there? Let's have a look. Has that just refreshed? It has, haven't it? Let me just start that again. So yeah, what you can do is we'll go create new, worst demo ever. Set start. I'll do it here so we can all see it. Go to start. It's not doing it, is it? Did I set the start from there? Do you know I did, didn't I? I'm being an absolute, I won't say the word because I believe in karma, so I don't like naming names. Let's go back. Let's do a short one from here so I can see it properly, because I went too far back. Okay. So set the start there. What price are we at there? 51. Okay, I just want to see it from 51. Go to start. Okay. Here we are, and it's just really, really nice to watch it on an actual replay. As the price action progresses, you know, you can really review that depth, and you can do this on any of your templates. You can do it on the volume, obviously the OBD, I'm just on here, the Liquidity King, or any of your templates you've got saved. Once you've got this, I'm just playing it now, but you can actually just record this, alright? Once you record it, you can export it out as a GIF or a movie file. Just wanted to highlight this to everyone. It's sometimes nice to review back on a really, really clean chart on the OBD and such, and just see what was happening, instead of looking back, as I say, at the tail of a comet on a dead chart scrolling left. Really, really nice. And what I just wanted to highlight to you as we come up to it, obviously, towards the end of this, is it's just nice to see the price action as it develops, and then we'll see that USDT bid come in from spot in yesterday's session before we pushed up, as we get 650, 700 million depth in the books. Save these, export them out, really, really nice. You can obviously, when the alerts are showing as well, it will show you your alerts overlay on here as well. Really, really nice. So yeah, we can see slight area defended. This was what I was tweeting last week, basically saying, look, 52k, it's closing in, slightly defended. So you're kind of like watching the PA. Do we go for another dive down coming into the weekend, kind of like push up a little bit, weak Asian session, people buying the dip a little bit early, push down a little bit further pre-US, and then you can just see we get like that push up, and here we are now. Really nice. Just yeah, just use that, and you, as I say, you can speed this up or slow it down. And sometimes I just find it's a little bit more almost therapeutic and better to watch than just scrolling back and looking at what I will call a dead chart. You know, it's nice to watch it as it happens, as those levels come in, as the depth comes in, you know. And as I say, you can do it on you can do it, let's go to a 5 minute. I'll just do this quickly. Yeah, and you can do it on the 15 minute. Let's do it on a 15-minute chart as well. It works on the volume as well. So you can see what kind of volume price action is happening at the time. I'm not going to play all of this because I forgot to shrink the timage, and it's on 8 minutes, so I won't bore you to death and chat shit while we look at a 8-minute chart. But the volume's obviously a nice one to look at as well, because what you'll see is, especially on the Volume King template, it's nice to see the difference between the retail traders, or what I call retail traders, the industry still calls them retail traders, in the red, the 10k and under order sizes, trying to, you know, basically as price drops, do they chase price down? Where do we get bull divs? What kind of bull divs are we getting as reaches those lows and the like? All right, so just wanted to highlight that. Use it and save it out if needs be. Really good feature. So you can save it out as a GIF, you can save it out as a movie. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Right guys, unless there's any more questions or anything, we'll call it a day there. Is there anything else I need to go over? Just give it 30 seconds. Is there anything else I need to go over? Anybody got any issues with the console or loading of templates or loading of alerts or anything else? You know, what do we need to cover? Anything else? Yeah, see what Bitcoin does here. There's still this defense at 58k. Remains to be seen. Do we have a little bit of a slow day, or does it push up further? Your next top level is obviously there at 60k, and we're only 20% away from the all-time high. So hope everyone's portfolios are looking absolutely mint balls. Don't push too many buttons in derivatives. All right, just don't overwork yourself. Just chill out a little bit. Spot portfolios are looking good. Take a bit of profit. Be aware of where you want to get risk on again if you are taking profit. All right, and where you want to maybe hedge your short position. You don't have to short any positions at all in a strong trending market. All right guys, we'll call it a day there. I'll timestamp the video once it's uploaded. It will upload to HD as well if anyone wants to review it back. It just takes obviously a few minutes to do that. Alright guys, cheers everyone for joining. Next one will be on Thursday. If you do want to join again, bring some questions, bring any issues you've got, happy to answer those here. If you are finding it of value, just give it a share and a like. Obviously it'd be nice just to, you know, just to highlight and share some of this data with the wider community, really. It's kind of the only reason we started doing this. We started doing these lives originally, me and DK from TRDR were doing them in Telegram. DK started them off in Telegram years ago. Then we went to Discord because it was better definition HD on Discord. And then we just thought we'll come to YouTube, see if we can get, you know, a little bit of a wider audience in the community, and see if we can share some of the data we are seeing as well and help people out. So give it a share with everyone if you are finding it of use. Next one on Thursday. I hope everyone has a brilliant week. Don't overwork yourselves in the market. Don't overthink it. Just chill out, all right, and just wait for those definitive moves to play. All right, guys. Cheers. Speak soon.